Hi there, John Napolitano here with you. How's everybody doing today? Making a video today on a very important topic, and it's something that is kind of important, so I hope you guys enjoy this. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been trading for over 20 years, and I've come across really successful traders throughout my career. And I've also come across, unfortunately, to some traders who were not successful and who ended up not lasting as professional traders. So, out of all the people that I've met over my career, I've accumulated five main characteristics that all of the successful ones seem to share, even though they're from all walks of life, that I could attribute to their success. So I'm going to share that with you today. I hope you enjoy it. I have a little bit of a presentation for you prepared, so I am going to jump right into it and share my screen with you here. So, five common traits successful traders have. The first one, we've heard of bulls and we've heard of bears, obviously, before, but there is a third animal that people are unaware of, which is extremely important. Professional traders are not biased to the upside or biased to the downside, but they are more like jellyfish. They are more flexible. They're willing to change direction at moment's notice when the market dynamics change or when their situation changes. So excellent traders are not necessarily great at knowing when to be bullish or bearish. What they are excellent at being is comfortable going in one direction or another. They're just as comfortable going long as they are going short. In the case of options, for instance, they're just as comfortable going sideways sometimes, just like a jellyfish. They are perpetually agnostic to market direction and can change their mind and their trading style at the drop of a dime. In short, they are not bulls or bears. They are jellyfish. They move with the markets and do what markets are telling them, not trying to do what they think or what they hope. That leads us down a dangerous path when you start hoping and wishing what the market is going to do, and the market ends up giving you something else. So a professional trader knows when that's happening, and they're able to adapt their strategy and their plan and their trades to what's going on around them, and they're able to change direction at any moment's notice. So think in terms of being a jellyfish, not necessarily a bull or a bear. The second characteristic that I'd like to talk to you guys about today is trading scared. Professional traders never trade scared because desperate people tend to do desperate things. And if you quit your job, for instance, if you quit your job before you have a trading plan in place that's back tested and consistent, you will inevitably end up trading scared at some point in order to meet your monthly living expenses. So you obviously should have some savings. I recommend about 6 months to a year's worth of savings in order to handle your monthly living expenses without stressing yourself out. This will allow you to cover drawdowns, if there are any, in your trading account and not have to worry or trade scared and make bad decisions. Anytime you trade with that in the back of your mind and you have those negative thoughts about, oh, I can't make the rent or have these bills coming up, that will affect your trading in a very negative way. So make sure you have the financial means to take a break from working full time and trade full time. But successful traders have a solid trading plan that's proven and successful. But they also have the financial means to handle any major drawdowns that might happen. For instance, during 2021, for instance, when the markets changed direction, a lot of traders got caught off guard. So these are situations where you might have to change your plan and your strategy, and you might incur, unfortunately, some drawdowns over the course of a couple of weeks while you're changing your strategy. The good news to this, especially with what I do with options trades, is that you don't necessarily need to quit your job. All you have to do, you could swing trade options while you work full time. You could develop your plan over time and practice on simulated trading or with a smaller account until you're comfortable with the plan that you've created. That's very, very important to your success. So with today's technology and everything else, there's no reason why you have to go quitting your job until you're 100% ready. And with my strategy at toptradingpros.com, if you spend time with me, you will realize that you can swing trade and work a full-time job, which is fantastic. The third thing we're going to talk about professional traders is they have to have a trading plan. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but successful traders their plan has to be flexible. And what I mean by that is it has to fit their personality style. Obviously, it involves math, it involves rules, it involves what strategy you're going to select, how many trades you're going to take, what type of trading you're going to do. All that stuff is involved with your trading plan. But it also, and it's very kind of overlooked, it has to fit your personality. If you have a certain personality type, and your trade plan doesn't allow for that personality type to shine through, you can expect to have some negative results over time. So it has to have strict rules, but also the flexibility to deal with a dynamically changing market environment. The other thing you have to do with your trading plan is to have risk management in place. So that's the other part of your plan that involves more numbers. What are the rules as far as how many trades you're going to take, or what your maximum loss per trade is going to be, and stuff like that. Professional traders accept losing trades simply as the cost of doing business. The reason why they're able to do that is because their plan specifically says, this is how much I'm willing to lose per trade, this is how much I risk per trade, and on and on. So this way, when they do incur those losses, they're not even paying attention to it. It just kind of leaves their account. It's the cost of doing business, and their profitable trades outweigh their losing trades. That's how professional traders act, and that is what makes them successful. To learn more about your personality and to know thyself will help you to formulate a plan that helps you profit from your strengths and prevents you from yourself and the other 80% of the time. So your plan has to have two things. It's supposed to let your good characteristics shine. If you have certain attributes that makes you have an edge, your plan has to fit that. Now, if there's certain things about you that are negative, you're not going to change as an adult. You might have some personality traits that just come out because that's just who you are. And that's okay. We're all human. Your personality and your trade plan has to fit the negative attributes of your personality as well, and put stops in place in order to prevent you from yourself. And a good trader realizes exactly what those are. So that's something I want you guys to think about when you're formulating your trading plan. The fourth attribute: good traders have conviction combined with humility. Professional traders follow their plan with conviction despite what other traders, the news, and what they hear people at cocktail parties. A lot of times, it's very easy to get that peer pressure, especially if you sit on a trading desk, or if you talk to other traders, or if you're in a Discord channel, or if you're anywhere, really, even at cocktail parties with non-traders. Intelligent people might have really great opinions about the markets and about inflation and about what's going on in the economy. You have to stand by what you believe in and what your analysis and your trade plan tells you. So having conviction is different from being proud and stubborn. If the market changes, or if your edge disappears, you have to have enough humility to realize that you need to move on and do something else, move on to a different trade, move on to a different strategy. Egos are always left at the door, and it prevents losses from accelerating. So I left a quote here from Muhammad Ali. It's the repetition of affirmations that leads to belief. And once that belief becomes deep conviction, things start to happen. And on top of that, humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. So a lot of people think about themselves when it comes to trading because it's your money. So they're thinking in terms of how much money am I going to make? What am I going to do with all this money? All these different things. And you have to have the humility to realize that when something changes, you have to change. Okay. So that is the fourth piece of advice I could give you guys. And that is the fourth quality that professional traders have. They're able to separate conviction with humility and combine the two. And finally, greed and fear versus risk and reward. Amateur traders lack control of their emotions. So they allow greed and fear to seep in during tense and stressful situations, and it takes control of their decision-making process. Professional traders, what they do, because they have such a well-tuned plan in place, not that emotions don't happen sometimes. You could get upset about a losing trade, but it's not going to change anything. Professional traders convert these emotions into a simple, repeatable formula, which is called the reward to risk ratio. It's one of the most important ratios in trading. Basically, what it is if the reward and probability for success don't significantly offset the risk that's being taken, you have to move on. So don't let overconviction cause you to get into a trade that you shouldn't be getting into because the reward to risk doesn't make sense. With options, it's all about probability. It's all about setting up the optimal probability for success, weighing the risk as well as the potential reward, and making the right decision based on those facts, not on emotions or anything else. So those are really the 5 things that separate amateur traders from professional traders. There are a lot of things to know. So if you want to learn more about what it takes to become a professional trader, particularly options market, please spend some more time with me and I'll be happy to show you at toptradingpros.com. You could check us out on YouTube as well as our website and sign up for my next boot camp in 13 days. I hope to see you all there. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy trading, everybody. Take care.